The cage feels quite different here. How lovely. I have something special for you that should serve as a nice change of pace. Once you're all refreshed, I know you'll find your second wind. Come play whenever you feel like it, all right? It's been awful and dusty for the most part, but the air here is nice and clear. Do you see that? The air is so clear here, fish even swim in it. That's actually quite odd now that I think about it. Looks like we found our first memory in this area. Oh my, this looks like a katana. Maybe we'll hear a story about a samurai. Let's have a look, shall we?
A man sits alone. Though he speaks, the target of his words is unseen. To this invisible listener, he offers praise for a task well handled. His eyes narrow. He hesitates. Then, his voice a rasp, he murmurs an instruction. On to the next. The target of his words is revealed behind the scrim of a dividing wall. She also sits alone. In her hand rests a small scroll adorned with a face. Slipping the scroll into the folds of her robe, she stands and makes her response. Understood. Thick clouds hang low against an ominous sky. The castle town bustles as people move to and fro. A family traveling the road catches her eye. The child smiles brightly, her eyes sparkling. The darkness of the woman's own life could never know such pleasant light. Brushing aside her melancholy, she makes to leave town. A sudden glimpse of silver catches the woman's eye as an assassin appears before her. A thin razor of a smile crosses her face. She knows this is exactly where she belongs. You should leave before I change my mind. I'll cut you down. She claims the assassin's life before body can meet Earth. In the silence that follows, she muses on her life. She walks a path of blood, a solitary path, far from family or comfort. Had she ever smiled as that child did? Could she? Such thoughts swirl in her mind as the woman considers a life she knows she will never have.
Well, it seems this tale involves a female assassin. I wonder what the secret to her strength is.
You should leave before I change. I'll cut you down.
I've got enough death for everyone.
How annoying.
Do they just want to slow our progress? Or is there some deeper goal? Sometimes I wonder what those dark foes are trying to accomplish.
You should leave before I change my mind. I'll cut you down.
Continuing mission.
Here we go. I've got enough death for everyone.
Die.
My, that's a large gate. We certainly won't be able to lift this on our own. What a good eye you have. Here, let Mama take care of that for you. There now. That wasn't so hard. A collapsed bridge? Oh dear. The scarecrow is so close. I must wait here, child. Mama will take a quick peek around. Oh, but this is a bother. Who even lowered the water in the first place? I do wish these levers weren't quite so heavy. right then. One down and 3 to go. I think our mission is going quite well so far. I just hope those two find happiness. Wonderful. That did the trick. Now we can cross to the other side. That certainly did take a lot of time. Well, let's get back on our feet and continue with the restoration, shall we?
The girl stirs from a thin sleep, her features weary as a woman thrice her years. Her life is an unending blur of training that continues without mercy or pause. Bones creak, flesh stings, pain is her constant companion. Yet she forces herself down the hall all the same. When she arrives at the garden, a bellowing roar orders her forward. Coming, she replies in a voice devoid of all feeling. She readies an apology for her tardiness, knowing full well it will not be heard. As suspected, the man cuts off her words and begins to berate her without pause. You will learn to honor punctuality, girl. You are a tool of our master, and a tool is of no use if it is not present when needed. Thus begins another day of the girl's deadly training. You should leave before I change my mind. I'll cut you down.
Continuing mission.
We won't lose.
How annoying. Her family has served their lord's clan for generations. When the lord decides an enemy needs to die, her family carries out the sentence. Her path had been laid before she was even born. The path of a trained killer. There is no freedom for her, no thought of a different way. The path simply... The woman does not bemoan her fate, for she has never known another. Yet, when she thinks of the things she will never have, she feels a terrible sadness. But she presses on regardless, leaving such distractions behind. At some point, she realizes that rain has begun to fall. Soon she finds a lone guard standing before a gate. Moving without sound, she looses her sword. With death delivered, she sheathes her blade, then presses on.
Her whole life had been decided before she was even born. It's rather a tragedy, don't you think?